As a result of this new law, certain convicted California sex offenders now have the ability to petition the court to be removed from the sex offender registry, which replaces the previously mandated lifetime of being on the list. I filed a public records request with the California Department of Justice to see how often your taxpayer dollars are being used to investigate repeat sex offenders. The new law divides California sex offenders into 3 tiers based on the severity of their crimes. Lower risk offenders have a chance to petition the court to be removed from the registry after 1 or 2 decades. This means the registry might not be able to tell you if someone has previously committed a sex offense. Chris Orr works in the child assault unit at the Sacramento County DA's office.
People that have touched children inappropriately can now be off of the registry. And so that exposes the public to having more difficulty to figure out who those people might be.
That includes repeat offenders like 81-year-old Kenneth Lawrence and 58-year-old Kevin Gibson. They're 2 of 12 individuals that were busted by law enforcement in a July sting, dubbed Operation Sentinel.
It's made it more difficult.
Dustin Silva is a captain with the Sacramento Sheriff Internet Crimes Against Children Unit. He was a major part of that effort and other ongoing work to apprehend child predators.
What we found is in a couple of those cases where we actually arrested individuals who had been sex offenders and registrants as sex offenders, they were no longer registered.
They were caught by law enforcement after arranging to meet an undercover detective to engage in various sexual acts with children. They were indicted by a federal grand jury in October for several alleged offenses. Gibson was previously convicted of 2 felony counts of sexually abusing a child under 14 in 1991 and successfully petitioned the court to be removed from the registry in September 2023. Lawrence had multiple convictions, including sexual battery, dating back to 1966, 1984, and 1997. Under the new law, he was no longer registered, and his offenses only require a 10-year registration. The sheriff's office also says he admitted to engaging in sexual acts with multiple children and had never been caught.
So we're going after the worst of the worst, right? These are child predators. So to make those investigations more difficult on us, yeah, absolutely. We were, taken aback by it for sure.
Orr says the law makes it hard for prosecutors to keep convicted offenders on the registry.
There's been some hearings in Sacramento where we've challenged that and said this is inappropriate to remove this person's registration. The circumstances that the legislature gave us for allowing us to oppose it are very, very limited.
Placer County District Attorney Morgan Geyer says allowing people to be removed from the sex offender registry can be dangerous.
The whole point is for the community to know the dangers associated with people who are released. The tiering system makes it easier for those to get off. Should there be some sort of process by which someone can attempt to get off of it, perhaps, but I don't think that the law has struck the appropriate balance at this point.
As of January 10th, the California Department of Justice says 8,169 sex offenders registration was terminated as a result of this law, and that number fluctuates daily. We also asked the DOJ for the number of people who were removed from the list and reconvicted of a sexual offense. They requested nearly $5,000 from our station to provide that number. Fox 40 also contacted district attorney personnel across several counties, including Sacramento, who tell us they don't have this data. The Sacramento Sheriff's Office says this law enables abuse.
Any tools that get taken away from us to help target these people is, just allowing them to continue with what they're doing.
Some view the law positively and say it's long overdue. Several other states have similar provisions in place for offenders to petition the court to be removed from the registry. Multiple sexual assault advocacy groups and DAs support the intent of the law, saying the previous registry requirements led to wasted resources by requiring law enforcement to monitor low-level offenders. California Senator Scott Wiener says he introduced the bill, in part, to address what he says was the unfair treatment of LGBTQ residents who were allegedly targeted for same-sex conduct.
This reform will make the sex offender registry a more useful tool to law enforcement to keep our community safe.
A defense attorney who has previously represented alleged sexual offenders says some people deserve a second chance.
I think that the current regime, which allows for people to get off the registry after the specified period of time, is preferable to having just everybody register for their whole life.
Now, both Lawrence and Gibson are scheduled for court appearances later this month. We reached out to Senator Scott Wiener several times to find out if the law is working the way he intended. We are still awaiting his response. We also reached out to several organizations that endorsed the Senate bill, but did not hear back. I'll send it back to you.